Yes. Can you tell me your why? Why is this important to you?
Okay, well, it's not just important to me. This is a part of American history performed by Buffalo Soldiers. In 1897, a group of Buffalo Soldiers participated in a bicycle experiment to see if it was feasible to move infantry units by bicycle across this country. In 1897, 20 Buffalo Soldiers and a white officer named James Mouse, who was an avid cyclist, participated in an experiment where they went from Fort Missoula, Montana to St. Louis, Missouri, 1,900 miles in 41 days. They averaged about 55 miles a day. It went further, faster, quieter, and more economically than the same men could do on foot or horseback. It was considered the greatest cycling experiment ever undertaken by men in the military, and that experiment was performed by the Buffalo Soldiers.
Wow. So what's your inspiration to get involved with this?
My inspiration to get involved in this, first off, I'm a member of the Greater Los Angeles Area Chapter of the 9th and 10th Horse Cavalry Association, better known as the Buffalo Soldiers. My father was an original Buffalo Soldier in World War II. I'm a Vietnam vet. But beyond that, I'm an avid cyclist. I'm 75. When I was 66 years old, I rode my bicycle from Chicago back to Los Angeles along old Route 66. So again, I'm a long-distance cyclist. I heard this story, and because I am a Buffalo Soldier, I like to tell their story. And then I ran across this story, and with my hobby as being a cyclist, this fitted right in with me telling the story about black men on bicycles back at this time. They just came together. I love to tell the story. It's a great story, and a lot of people can identify with it because a lot of people ride bicycles.
Right.
They don't ride 1,900 miles, but a lot of people
chronologically, I see 1890s, but where exactly would this fit chronologically in the timeline of African American military service?
Okay, so we're going to back up here just a little bit. Now, blacks have fought in every military war that's taken place in this country, from the Revolutionary War, to the War of 1812, to the Civil War, to the Indian Wars, Spanish-American War, up to modern day. When the men fought in the Civil War, they were not allowed to be part of the regular U.S. Army. The Army formed the Army within the Army, known as United States Colored Troops. So all the black men who served in the Civil War were part of the USCT. After the Civil War was over, then a lot of the men who served during the war, they went back to their farms. The peacetime army went to its lowest numbers, but yet the country was still expanding to the west. The war ended in April 7th, 1865. Okay, so they realized that the Army needed more men to kind of join the Army, And so because blacks helped them win the Civil War, they said, okay, if these blacks really want to be considered, you know, citizens of this country, they need to serve in the military. So in 1866, they passed an act that created 6 black regiments. They called it colored regiments. There were 2 cavalry regiments, which was the 9th and 10th Horse Cavalry, and 4 infantry regiments. And those men served from 1866 to 1944 for the cavalry, 1951 for the infantry, and those men were known as the Buffalo Soldiers. They got the nickname when they served out west and engaging the Native Americans at that time, called these men Buffalo Soldiers.
Wow. So what can someone like myself do as an educator to help get this information into the curriculum and even lesson plans for ethnic studies?
That would be great. Now, one of the things you can do is talk to someone like me that can kind of help you along as you make strides to try to include this in the curriculum, because they didn't teach us in school. You know, I was going through school. They may be teaching now in African American studies, but when I was in school, they didn't have African American studies. This is my card, and we come out and we lecture on the contributions that blacks have made to our country's history through the military service, with a strong emphasis on the Buffalo Soldiers.
Wow.
So that's a start. That would be a start for you.